I'll accept the motion for the reading of the minutes of the last meeting.
Yes, they passed.
Pass. Okay.
Unless somebody's got objections, I asked you. No, I didn't get any replies.
No, I don't have any objection. Anybody got anything you want to bring up today?
The mayor does.
Mayor?
So I was gonna get you guys blessing on planting these Lego trees. Maybe, I don't know, 5 of them in between the pickleball courts and the baseball field. Of course, we won't buy them until spring. And then I was gonna see what ideas you guys had for that empty area there as you go into the backside of the concession stand over to the right that we were talking about.
Where they did the demo stuff.
Right. If you think we need a parking lot, or if you think we just need to make it plant more grass there, and some trees or something, or what we need to do. You know, last time, whenever we fixed all that to drain, we didn't put grass in. And so, you know, it fills in with green stuff, but it's not grass. And so we probably need to either put some rock down for some parking or plant some trees.
It would take a lot of rock, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd take quite a bit.
If you do that, you have to put a base of some kind down before you
I
put that
don't know.
gravel down.
Do that. I would think that it would have, I don't know which one it would be, but either big rock or small rock that holds, and then you put parking rock on top of that. Just from hearing.
Well, we could start out with it, with the rock, and then when we have streets resurfaced, maybe have that. Resurface it.
Yeah, it'll be a while,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Some other options too. I just seen Rob yesterday and I meant to ask him if the soccer was still looking for a home. Cause I honestly feel like we could fit all of those soccers in there and they would play in the fall. And let's say that the biggest one needed lights, that could even be at the back of field 2's baseball field, you know, and it could have lights back there because they're not that big and you don't have to mark the ground up.
You know, I got to thinking too, what about the property out west of town, the city? You know, there's plenty of room out there for soccer fields.
Where at?
Well,
Oh, the 10 acres.
yeah,
Well, we're gonna build house, the living places there.
yeah.
We're just getting all that started.
For old people.
No. No, I'm hoping it'll be working class.
Okay.
We're looking at several different options, you know, single family homes, townhomes. So we're just getting ready to advertise for that.
The only question I have, are we gonna be responsible for taking care of the soccer fields?
I think so. But you know, we already know. I don't know. I asked him who striped it, and I guess he striped it. But couldn't we work out a deal with maybe the league? And
Well, I think the league should, that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
striping. And you're gonna have to have, what, 6 soccer fields? That's got pretty much take,
There won't be any parking.
no,
We're gonna take up all our parking for if we do those soccer fields down there. 'Cause that
Well, here's
is,
what I was thinking. So what if 5 of them set north of the second field? And then,
is there enough room there for 5?
like at least 5 of them. I think there's 6 fields and at least 5 of them are little, you know, they're for 3 and 4-year-olds, 5 and 6-year-olds. So they're not very big fields.
Then there's a regulation field.
Yes. I know, I don't think there's any regulation fields. So I think the oldest is like 5th grade. So these are all elementary school ages. So that's why they're not very big and we'd be able to fit them there easily. But I didn't, like I said, I forgot to ask him about it yesterday. I'll reach back out to him and see if they're still looking for a place. I was thinking about getting people in the city in the fall, and having the park full again. As what my thoughts were. It always makes you feel good when you go out there and there's baseball games going or a soccer game going or, just a bunch of kids out there. So I'll try to get more information on that and then you guys can decide.
Okay.
And then, I've advertised mowing. So I'm not gonna be able to be at the February 4th meeting because I'll be out of town, but I could be at a February 11th meeting. So, and then we could decide, because I've got to have a ton of interest. So I think I'm gonna have quite a few quotes. I could be wrong, but they're, talking my ear off about it.
So on the schedule, it is scheduled for February 4th, but you all haven't actually approved your schedule yet, so it hasn't been sent to the paper. I advertised this meeting as a special meeting so that we could get this done since we didn't meet in December. So if you all wanted to reschedule that February 4th, I would just change it now
Can
and
we change that? Let's do this, change it to the 11th.
Okay.
I won't be at that one, but that's fine. Still have a
You
meeting.
won't be?
No, there's 3 of you. You still have a meeting.
February 4th will be
I don't
on
want
the
to let
11th.
you out of a meeting, Bruce.
Wait,
All right.
we can't, Sherry.
I have another meeting that day at 3.
Sherry may be gone, so we may not be able.
Okay. Well, I'll just get, so I've requested that they be turned in by
We'd
January
have to go to the
26th.
4th. We'll have to go
I'll just give them to somebody else and you guys can decide.
okay,
And leave us your recommendation.
Okay.
leave it.
Yeah.
Which one you want?
There's several different things that people's had experience mowing for our municipalities is a big thing. If they, if we know and they have a reputation already, if we can see some of the work. The guy who's been working for us actually does a great job, but so we'll go from there. I know several people are going out to look at the museum and at the grounds so that they can quote it. Another thing is I had one, general contractor come out and look at the community building to finish it up. So I walked them through the whole building, Monday. And so we're gonna pretty much get the bathroom. We're gonna take up all the tile. We're tearing down the shower wall and making that an ADA bathroom. And they were gonna paint the whole thing, put up new doors, put in a drywall ceiling and can lights. And I think that's it for the bathrooms. And then in the men's, they're gonna get all new urinals. We've got brand new toilets, so they'll get 2 new toilets for ADA. And they're basically gonna do the same thing there too and put in new sinks. And then, and they are gonna be ADA and the urinals have to be ADA. The ones we have right now aren't. So then we're gonna go to the cathedral part of it and they're gonna put drywall all in. I'm gonna go ahead and save the beams in case people want them up. They have to take them all down, put up drywall, and they're gonna drop in some can lights and maybe put in some, not necessarily chandelier in the typical sense, but some drop down lights. And then in the kitchen, they were going to tear out the cabinets. I have the top ones taken out just so it would open it up a little bit. We're gonna move the refrigerator back to the door where the stove is so that it doesn't block you as soon as you walk in there. And I'm just gonna have cabinets put on the north wall. And then on the south wall, I was gonna put a bar top there with maybe a couple bar stools so that if someone is cooking, people can sit there and talk to them and they can put some of their stuff there. We'll replace the hand washing sink and the dish sink and the countertops. And we're gonna put in a drywall ceiling there with some can lights. I also asked them to price railings for outside. So we're gonna put 1 railing up the steps for ADA. And then on the wheelchair ramp, I think he said they had to be on the inside. So I'll have to look at his quote when I get it back and see if it was on the outside and the inside. But we're gonna get those put in. And then there we have a heating unit on the back of the building that hasn't been used for years. It's just hanging back there. And we're gonna take that all out I told him I didn't know if I care if the deck, because we have all new ductwork, from the heater that we currently have that heats the building. And whether or not he leaves it up there or takes it down, I don't know that it really matters too much. He'll just be able to tell which ones were used and which ones were not. And so all of that, air returns and all that'll be new too. And anything else? And of course, paint, after they get done.
Good. And we're just about to take care of it.
Yeah.
Just about to take care.
Do you know how much money you want me know how much we have left?
It's like 60 to 80, somewhere around there, one of those two figures.
We may have to ask for a teeny bit more just from AP or somewhere to get it done. I told him, I said, the bathrooms don't have to be high end, but we want them to be better than what they are.
Functional.
Yeah. And nice, you want to walk in there, and then we'll close those off, waiting for the people who rent the building, unless it's a huge event. And then we'll pay someone to monitor them so that they don't get torn up. And, we'll look at maybe putting in a 2 family style bathrooms like they do in parks, where everything in there's a little bit hard to tear up. Not saying you can't, but it would be harder to tear up stainless steel stuff than it is anything else. So,
That's out. Where was that?
um,
Family style. Where were you gonna do that?
I don't know. I'm thinking about around the area, the old beer garden, maybe in between that and the other shelter place, so that whenever kids are playing, it's still not too far for them to go, and it's not too far for the pickleball, and it's convenient for all the baseball players.
A lot of those restrooms now in parks like that have the like stainless steel
Yeah,
toilets and sinks and things
Yeah.
that, like you say, they're
that's what I was
They're hard
thinking.
to
And sometime it
destroy.
drains so that if it was a horrible mess, you could do a hose hookup, spray that down, and just go on.
they don't break like a
Yeah.
porcelain.
Right. Right. So we'll look at doing that maybe next. See if we can come up with some money to get that done, and that way it'll save our community bathrooms.
Oh, when will the contractor have an estimate on?
He's supposed to, I think Friday's the deadline. So I only have one contractor. My second one didn't show up. He stood me up. So I was gonna call one more because I need to get 3 bids and see if they would come out and price it for me too. It's gonna be expensive, I feel like, but I feel like it's an investment
It is.
that we have to do. And so I wasn't really gonna worry about the floors at this point because they're really not in horrible shape, especially for the age of them. I did ask him I think there's some kind of epoxy you can put over the floor. If we could do something like that, and he said that floor is breathable and that it probably wouldn't work on that particular floor. That whatever we do is, all of that's gonna have to be taken up and replaced.
I just wondered about, sometimes that vinyl plank stuff, you can just put that over a tile
I
floor.
know. I know. I wonder how, and I can ask him about it too, because I wonder how hardy, not hardy, dirty, I don't know, durable. Yeah, thanks. Durable it would be. I don't know.
Right.
Because I often thought about that too, because they even have it to look like wood.
Yeah, you can get it to look like anything, tile, wood,
So, I don't know with people scooping chairs,
right.
grip it.
If it tears it up, yeah, I don't know. If there's, I'm sure there's different grades of it, and better it is, the more expensive it's gonna be.
Check.
A way to maybe have the existing floor just cleaned and
You got the-
polished.
We've had it before, and it looks
Got that plastic
decent,
wood.
but it's still an old floor.
Looks like we've got in our dining room.
Yeah, that's what
kitchen.
we're talking.
Yeah. We've got that.
I've got it in my basement too, but the one I have is fairly inexpensive in my
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
basement.
why. Yeah, we've
It
got
does
that.
tear if you
Yeah.
drag something on.
Yeah,
That's
we've-
what because it's gonna get a lot of use and a lot of scooting.
Well, the thing about that is, when they told us they got ours done, they left us 3 or 4 pieces.
Mhm.
And they said, if you get a tear in it or anything, you can just pull that up
Yeah.
and replace it.
Yeah,
So, that would be It's pretty economical. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not,
I also didn't know how much it would be to tear it up. Like, I'm not sure what that floor is made out of.
It looks like, to be honest, it looks like the old asbestos tiles. We hope it's not.
yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know what it would be like to tear all that up and then polish the concrete.
If it's asbestos tile, it would cost us a fortune to tear it up
Yeah.
because you'd have to
Go through
come in and
that.
shut the building down.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is, but that's what it looks like, that
Yeah.
old tile they used to put in schools.
Right.
Right.
And we're not allowed to say the A word.
All right. Sorry.
Shoot. So I think that's about all I have. I don't. Trying to see if there's anything else. We put a bunch of Christmas decorations out and the wind liked them down more than they liked them up, so.
Star.
Yeah, so I guess a limb fell on the ground line last year and I didn't know about it. So when we went to go light up the star, it tore it out. And so I heard that the last time that star was revamped was like in 97.
Yeah, it was,
So I was gonna ask, people around if they could get it down for me. And then I was gonna ask some others if they could just rework the whole thing and have it be new for next year. And then
I'd
they
always-
have a year to do it.
That always looks so cool down
I
there.
know, I missed it a lot. I missed it a lot.
I've got something.
Okay,
When we're gonna work on the parking lot and the path to the pickleball courts.
so I'm gonna get ready to get started on that. I already have a couple of quotes. And I'm trying to decide whether or not to cover the hoe ditch or just have a walkover. I might quote both of them, and then you guys can decide what we go to the council and ask for. But, I am gonna start getting that bid out.
If we went to Boonville last night, we drove by the pickleball courts. There's 6 cars parked there and your court was full
Yeah,
last night.
yeah,
So it's going.
yeah, it is.
JC and I both have paddles now. We're just waiting for the next tournament.
Still got my paddle from school.
Me too. That's what we're
No, I
going
don't.
to use.
I don't have my paddle from school.
I have mine.
Oh,
I bought my grandson one. They have something on, someone's been sending me a, practice pad that you hang on the fence. And it was quite expensive, so I looked them up on Amazon, but, there's this thing that you can put on the outside of the fence and you can hit balls against it. And it kind of tells you where it's gonna go and it has the net pipe on it so that you can, when you're waiting, while you're waiting, or if you
That's a good
wanted to
idea.
go out there and practice with it.
that's good.
And then, Mr. Martin contacted me and said that, he gave me a name of someone that might give lessons, so I'm gonna contact him.
Randy
See if he'll
Neighbors.
come out. No, wasn't him. It was someone at the school though. And see if he'll come out and just give us lessons.
I'll give lessons.
No, you won't.
Yeah, they might not, they might not appreciate it, but I could give them. That's who I thought. They try and get busy at retirement income.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, summer job.
He's got that, he mows.
I can't think of anything else that's going on with it.
You want us to approve these? Okay.
Yes, the
Make a motion, we approve the
Schedule.
Parks Board meeting schedule for 2026 as given to us.
I'll second.
You're the guy, say all in favor.
All in favor, say aye. You usually say it before it gets finished.
Anything else?
No,
All righty.
All right.
I think that's
Are we live anymore?
yeah, there's been no motion to adjourn.
Uh-oh.
I'll make a motion.
wait a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Uh,
Three.